This the one right here. Hold on. Yeah. So, Annemarie Wiley, soon to be ex-wife of Marcellus Wiley. I don't know if you know about this whole situation with these two. Now, if have you been following this?
So I haven't been following closely.
Okay, so let me.
There was some abuse happening.
Let me tell you. Hold on, no, we ain't gonna say it's alleged. Okay, so she's alleging that he abused her and he did all these different things to her during the course of their marriage. All worded her. She alleged that he put his hands on her. But he's got allegations from numerous women. He's got a whole rack of women that's been accusing him. So he says every one of them's lying. They all lying. You know what I'm saying? And he says that he'll prove it in court. He has evidence to prove his claims. Right? Okay. So here comes Tallhead, Emmanuel Acho. Right? So according to this report, Annemarie Wiley, soon to be ex-wife of Marcellus Wiley, slams Emmanuel Acho for his disturbing reaction to her claims that ex-NFL star husband Marcellus Wiley R-worded her. Now let's get to this article. This is very interesting. So Annemarie Wiley is hitting back at critics who have tried to silence her abuse allegations. Now, on Monday of this week, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alumni, 42 years old, shared a statement on Instagram addressing the reaction some men have had to her request for a divorce from NFL player Marcellus Wiley. Now, she cited irreconcilable differences in court documents filed on July the 6th, while also asking for a domestic violence restraining order as she accused Marcellus, 51 years old, of being abusive during a 12-year marriage. And I quote, "I'm seeing some very disgusting and disturbing things that sick men like Emmanuel Acho are saying about me, and what has really recently happened with my family," Annemarie wrote on Instagram. The reality TV star's decision to name Acho, who's 35 years old, in her statement appeared to be in response to him calling her and Marcellus dumb as hell on the Speakeasy podcast. And I quote, "So in 2024, you suggested that he's an incredible black man and an incredible father, but in 2012, you alleged that he tried to R-word you," said Acho on the July the 13th podcast episode. So Annemarie, dumb as hell. Both parties have acted at times dumb as hell. Far too many degrees to be that dumb, end quote, says Emmanuel Acho. It goes on, and I quote, "Now, what I do not like is involving the babies," he continued, before accusing Annemarie of only posting the couple's 3 children on Instagram after the divorce filing. Annemarie said in her statement that reactions like Emmanuel Acho stem from a lack of knowledge. And she said, and I quote, "Horrible men who have no knowledge of what we go through as women, as mothers, as victims, to protect our children and navigate situations that seem impossible to leave," she wrote on Instagram. "Let me tell you why women who are victims of domestic violence remain silent. We stay and we normalize and we tolerate and we hide it until we're completely broken," Annemarie said. "Please know that when we leave, it is always because we had no other choice left. Men and even their family members like this that perpetuate, make excuses for, and enable abusive men are the very reason women are terrified, shamed, and intimidated into silence," she added. "My heart goes out to all the women who have ever been affected by domestic violence. Please know that you are not alone. You are not weak for staying longer than you should have and protecting your children the best you knew how," the reality TV star wrote. "You are not broken. You're strong. You're safe now, and you will rebuild." Heart emoji, she concluded. Representatives for Emmanuel Acho did not immediately respond to people's request for comment. Right? In her divorce filing, Annemarie claimed that Marcellus subjected her to a continuing escalating pattern of physical violence, sexual abuse, verbal and emotional abuse, financial control, and intimidation. She claimed the abuse dated back to 2012 and included multiple instances of physical violence, as well as 4 R words. She expressed fear for her safety and the safety of their children. Most recently, on July the 4th, Marcellus was arrested on a domestic battery charge following an incident at the Orlando World Center Marriott. He denied that a physical altercation took place, while Annemarie told cops that he threatened to unalive her, per the Los Angeles Times, after being booked into the Orange County Corrections Department. He was released on a $1,000 bond in order not to contact Annemarie. Marcellus addressed the divorce filing in a lengthy statement shared on X on July the 7th, expressing his highest priority is protecting their children. Over the years, I have compiled videos, photographs, text messages, emails, and other evidence that directly contradicts those baseless claims and provides a factual record of our family and the events leading to this unfortunate divorce, he wrote. I never wanted my family's issues and struggles to become public for any reason, including divorce leverage. But I unfortunately knew this day was inevitable, the former NFL star added. Marcellus concluded his statement by emphasizing that he is prepared to address these allegations and related matters through the legal process and with evidence. My focus remains on my children, my integrity, and the truth. Now, he's had this statement for damn near all these women that have accused him of crimes, right? All the way going back from, his early days in the NFL. Emmanuel Acho, in my opinion, is lucky he's not working on national TV because he probably would have been sent home after those statements if he was still on Fox, just because of the insensitivity of his statements. Now, again, the allegations are at this point are unproven, but they are her allegations. And I mean, when you look at it, it's more people, right? It's more people that have accused him of similar activities, right? So with that being said, I mean, he's got multiple people accusing him of similar type of activities. So it kind of brings you a pattern. You understand what I'm saying? Because of the girls who've accused him in the past. But I will say, look, give him his day in court and let's see what happens. Because this is going to probably go to court where she's going to have to show her evidence. He's going to show his. But what's your thoughts on her statements and then her going after Emmanuel Acho and what Acho said? Go ahead, knock off on this one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously these allegations, we need to see it play out. So I don't want to, place judgment on Marcellus Wiley, at least, not until we hear some more facts of the case and, his quote unquote pattern. But, Emmanuel Acho calling Annemarie dumb as hell because she married and publicly praised the man she now accuses of abuse was not, to me, intelligent commentary. It was irresponsible victim blaming. Annemarie alleges that her estranged husband subjected her to years of physical, sexual, emotional, and financial abuse. And including 4 alleged R words, right? Alleged. Now, Marcellus denies those accusations and says that he's got evidence contradicting them. So the claims must be resolved in the legal process, right? Like the claims, we're not really here to be like, oh, this is true, that is true. We don't really know, right? But whether you believe every allegation or remain undecided about this, asking why a woman stayed does not disprove abuse. And I want to say that for all the men in the audience watching, victims stay for countless complicated reasons: fear, children, finances, manipulation, shame, hope that the person will eventually change, and concern that leaving could somehow escalate the danger. Anybody that's watched What's Love Got to Do with It? I mean, you didn't see how Ike Turner just kept coming and she would try to leave him and he would find her and the kids, and he would drag her back and beat her into obedience. I mean, it was to the point where she became a Buddhist. But eventually she found her strength to leave. And some victims publicly praise their alleged abuser because maintaining appearances feels safer than revealing what's happening privately. Just FYI for those who need to be educated further. So the fact that Annemarie once called Marcellus an incredible man does not automatically prove that nothing happened. Public photographs and compliments are not surveillance footage of a marriage, okay? Acho is entitled to question inconsistencies and wait for evidence. I'm fine with him questioning anything that he wants, right? He has a voice, he can use it, he has a platform. But what he should not do is ridicule an alleged victim for behaving in ways commonly associated with survival, okay? Imagine a woman finally speaking out, only to have a prominent man call her stupid because she did not leave on his preferred timeline. So whenever he thought that she should leave, she was supposed to. Okay. But that reaction does not encourage honesty. It teaches victims or alleged victims that if they stay, they smile or protect appearances, that nobody's going to believe them later. So, talk to me nice, Emmanuel. Scrutinize the evidence, respect due process for sure. That goes for everybody, right? And challenge both parties when necessary, but stop confusing a victim's complicated survival choices with proof that he or she is lying. That's just, it's awful, disgusting, irresponsible. And that's how I feel about Emmanuel Acho's take and her criticism of him.
I think he'd have been fired, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think if he was on TV, they'd have got rid of his ass.
Fired so fast. You remember what happened to Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah, but I just think because, and not even if because it was true or not true, just because, bro, I think he feel like he's free to say more because he's off TV.
Yep, but he would be canceled. He would be canceled as F if he was still on Fox or somewhere else, and he would be forced into podcasting. But this is his world now. I suspect that he doesn't think that he's going to get hired anywhere anytime soon because he wasn't that good. Right. Do you remember he did? And he's done things like this before when, Angel Reese was receiving death threats from Caitlin Clark fans. He attacked her. He said,
I don't like his vibe.
He said that she deserved it. So he's constantly, victim blaming, victim shaming. This is his way. And he repeatedly does it to Black women. And he should be ashamed of himself. I find him to be just the bottom of my shoe. I think he's a complete disgrace.
Yeah, I don't like his vibe. I think he's a clown. I'll just be honest with you.
Big clown. And would you call him a racer head?
Tall head, something like that, man. Oh. Yeah, eraser head, yeah, something like that. Because he just, again, man, he always be doing a little, like, it's something about him that rubbed me the wrong way.
He doesn't like Black people. He doesn't like his own people.
I don't know if it's that. Well, it might be, yeah, because he's like, I think he feel like he like above, like.
Yes, he's above it all. He's above it all. He's above us.
But that's how Marcellus Wiley be acting too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's why they deserve each other. They were on a show together. Remember, I mean, they have to be the best Blacks in the room. They don't bring people together. They need to be. They're the crabs in the barrel that everybody talks about. They're pushing other Black people down because they need to rise. And they don't think that there's enough room for everybody else.
That's wild. That's wild for real that you said that. But now that I think about that, yeah, you ain't capping about that. That's wild. Yeah, Acho, man, he need to sit down somewhere, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He need to see really because with his situation, with the shit he had going on, when that Fox lawsuit came out, his name came. Come on, man. I don't even want to.
How are you talking about anybody? Like, how dare you? How dare you comment on the private lives of people? And then he used to work with him. So it's just like, you're a
They got a beef, though. They got some type of beef they got going on.
I get it, but just, sit one out. Yeah, like, I hate that about people who just can't sit something out. Like, for once, you don't have to open your mouth about this. Like, everything you have to be right there to chime in on. For what? But I mean, Marcellus Wiley was going on and on about that Fox lawsuit. So, you give what you get.
Yeah, dude, a clown. I ain't gonna lie, he a clown. Let's get into this right here. Selena Powell. About time somebody arrested her ass, man. She's running out here, running lawless, talking shit about all these celebrities. Do you hear all the shit she be talking about these celebrities? I don't know why people would
setting people up. Didn't she set up Offset?
Yeah, I ain't they set up, but I don't want to use that word because I don't want to say that because like the reason why I ain't gonna say set up is because everybody know how she get down. So if you put yourself around her, that's your fault. That's your fault. If you know how, that's why I don't understand why people continue to mess with this girl. Like they even put her on streams now with the streamers and stuff like that. I don't understand why. I don't understand why anybody would deal with this type of chick. The stuff she got that comes with her is. It's just out of pocket, man. It's something about her that rubbed me completely the wrong way. But let's get into this, man. It says she was arrested today in Miami after police surrounded her bubblegum pink Lamborghini Urus, TMZ has learned. Video obtained by TMZ shows multiple cop cars gathered near a Target in Midtown Miami around 5:40 p.m. The footage shows the driver door opening and Selena stepping out before walking towards the vehicle as the officer remains close by. It goes on. It says Selena tells TMZ and she was arrested for driving with a suspended license. She says she's already racked up 10 tickets or citations for the same offense. Claims the repeat violations are why officers took her into custody, this time instead of simply issuing another citation. Selena tells us she plans to head to DMV Friday to straighten out her license situation. As we reported in March, she had multiple active Florida bench warrants tied to traffic violations, including driving without a valid license and a window tint violation. The warrants and lease suspensions followed a missed December 2025 court date. She needs to be locked up. How do you get this many chances? Let's start by saying, how do you get this many chances? Who in the world continues to platform this type of chick? As far as they continue, like somehow she stay in the public way. Like it's like for some reason she stay in the mix. What does she do but lay on her back? That's all I've seen. And then expose dudes and say, "Oh, I got information on you. I got information on you." I don't understand what else. Like, what does she bring to the table? What does she bring? Matter of fact, what does she bring positive to the table? Because I don't see it. The only thing I see with her is just trouble. And you said that, oh, she sets guys up. Nah, I'm sorry. I disagree with that. Maybe you can tell me why you feel the way I disagree with that. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. I don't think you can set somebody up when they know how you get down. When somebody knows how you get down and they continue to go down the road with you, that's their fault. There's no other way around it. It's their fault. It's their fault. Because why continue to go down the road with a person and you know how they get down? Go ahead. I'll leave it on you because I don't understand this shit. I don't understand, like, how the fuck does she keep getting money? What does she do? She's like almost like Tommy from Martin.
I ain't got no job.
Oh, well, she got OnlyFans. Okay, I see what it is. OnlyFans.
Yeah, she's on OnlyFans, so I'm sure she has quite a bit of money, actually. But
you could be a millionaire on OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. Like
my dog could be a millionaire on
OnlyFans. No. You as a woman.
No. My dog is what.
No. I ain't talking about your dog. I'm talking about you.
I understand, but there is a huge market for all kinds of proclivities and afflictions.
No, but my point to you is that I said you, but you don't choose that route. Like, because that's an easy route ladies could go down. Like, if you did that, you get like a lot of dudes with, you know what I'm saying? What makes, is it the money or is it like the low self-esteem or is it just the money? Because I be feeling like it's the money and then just not caring. It's just the money. That's it. Easy money. They ain't got to go to work a 9 to 5.
I think desperate times, people feel like, okay, well, how can I change my life? What's the fastest way to actually change my life right now? What would impact, my world overnight? And so I think OnlyFans can do that for you if you take the right actions. I mean, anybody that saw Euphoria saw that happen to that girl, Cassie, saw Maddie, basically, setting her up for life with this OnlyFans account. And how quickly, she was able to take off. And I know that's a fictionally, written story, but, it does really happen that quick. And when I think about, and you just said, you use me as an example, right? When I think about how I started my YouTube channel and, I wasn't an overnight success, but I blew up my channel in about 30 days, right? And so out of that, like, what if I thought that all these men who were watching me on YouTube, ooh, sports tea on OnlyFans. What if I decided to go that route? I probably could become a millionaire, right? Because there's a small group of, people that watch me on YouTube and they're like, oh, well, this is sports tea. I want to see what she's like behind it all, So who knows, right? But of course, like if I was a lesser woman, maybe I would go down that road. But I do think that when you have a modicum of respect for yourself, for your family, you're not going to put you're going to carry yourself with a lot more dignity than that. So yes, I think that women who do these things, I'm not sure that it's necessarily self-esteem, because I think you have to be kind of brave to put yourself out there constantly. But then when the camera's on you, Ticket, you can't do anything else. You can't be without it. Think about Kim Kardashian. She'll die without, a Keeping Up with the Kardashian season. So, it's not just OnlyFans. It's a culture of, I need to be seen. I need attention. And then it's when people need attention, it can go very disturbingly wrong. And that's these
Yo,
cases.
look how she got the car with the cops. Just look at her right there.
I know. I mean, look at her. I mean, she was arrested for driving with a suspended license and already accumulated 10 citations. At that point, the license is not suspended. It's begging you to just leave it alone. Leave the license alone.
You would think, yo, you would think if you got a pink Lambo, you wouldn't be on no dumb shit. She has a pink Lamborghini Urus out here acting like a fool.
A fool. She doesn't.
Like that stick out like a sore thumb.
Yep.
And then she got a green and orange interior. Look at it. Look at that. Green, orange, and black interior. How tacky.
It's pretty ugly. Yeah.
Wow, bro. I don't know how these chicks do this shit, man. I'll be honest with you, man. Like,
I mean,
it's too easy.
She missed a court appearance already, so that she's got warrants. And I think this is what happens when people start treating consequences like content. Okay, the pink Lamborghini, it might look impressive on Instagram, but repeatedly driving it without a valid license is not a flex. It's irresponsible. If you can afford a Lamborghini, then you can afford an Uber, a chauffeur, an attorney, and a trip to the goddamn DMV. Okay, what you can't afford to do is to keep ignoring warrants and expecting every traffic stop to become another entertaining social media moment. Okay, and that's what she did. So Selena, she says she plans to, straighten everything out at the DMV. Wonderful. But why did it take multiple police cars and another arrest to put that kind of errand on the calendar for you? Talk to me nice. A luxury car ticket can't outrun basic responsibility. Handle your license before the state permanently parks that pink Lamborghini for you.
All right, let's get to this, and this is the one right here. So it says alleged Pennsylvania PDFer hit with thousands of felony charges, and this one was crazy when I was going through this one. So it says a Pennsylvania man accused of R-wording an underage youngin is facing 5,538 criminal charges. I want to stop right here. 5,538 criminal charges, and prosecutors say it may be a record number of charges for one case. According to court records, 37-year-old Nicholas Allen Spencer was charged with a truckload of mostly felony offenses, including R-word threats, statutory sexual assault, aggravated indecent assault without consent, forcible compulsion, threat of forcible compulsion, and on and on. Prosecutors say the alleged victim told police that he R-worded her almost daily for several years until a friend convinced her to report it to the authorities. Almost 4,000 of the charges are felonies. So basically, Tammy Fees, Clearfield County District Attorney, told TMZ the eye-popping amount of charges is probably our largest case ever in the county, and the same likely holds true for the entire state of Pennsylvania. Mrs. Fees says that Spencer needs to be held accountable, and her ultimate goal is to put him away forever because she says he took away the innocence of this alleged victim, who was younger than 16, leader, and will now look over his shoulder for the rest of his life. Prosecutors say Spencer was charged on this past Tuesday and transferred to the Clearfield County Prison, where he'll await his preliminary hearing on August the 12th. I've never heard somebody be charged this many times. Let me just say this right now. I've never heard anybody be charged 5,000. When they say, so they must have had somebody who was charged more than that for them to be acting like this is close. Because I've never heard anybody. Have you ever heard anybody with that many charges?
No, never.
You have to be a sick weirdo. They must have been charging him for like every single day.
Every single day.
He violated. That's crazy.
I love it.
That's well. It ain't gonna do nothing different. He's gonna be in prison the rest of his life. It's not gonna do anything different. I mean, because once you got, because look at City Star. Like City Star is gonna be, she's facing 25 life in prison. You know what I mean? Once he get past 2, he's toast. 5,000? I mean, that's just for show, in my opinion. That's just putting years on there that he ain't ever even gonna, you know what I'm saying, ever gonna see. It's just for you know what I'm saying, talking purposes. But what do you think of a person who can do that to a person like that?
I mean, I don't think that there's no excuse that I could possibly hear for something like this. I think that he should be put to death. I think that pedophiles or, R-worders, PDFers, I think that those folks I think they need to be put to death. I don't think there is any rehabilitation for them.
You saying death penalty?
Yes, I wish that was a punishment for these kinds of offenses. I think crimes against kids require that, because you can't outside of like chemical castration, there is no, and even the chemical castration, it doesn't stop them from having sick thoughts, and still maybe even kidnapping, or just these crimes against kids need a deeper punishment, a more harsh punishment. So all these thousands of felonies that he's racked up, in these charges, if proven, if the prosecutors are able to prove this, I hope that he's put to death. I hope he's given the electric chair. I don't think they actually have the death penalty in Pennsylvania anymore, but I wish
look
they
it
did.
up. Look it up real quick. See if they got it. Look it up real quick. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild, man.
Yes. Pennsylvania has the death penalty on the books, but it's not currently active due to a moratorium. So a lot of people have a moratorium on the death penalty.
Man.
Mm-hmm. So there's a bunch of bills right now that are designed to abolish the death penalty as of this year in April. So the death row population, there's about 100 people on Pennsylvania's death row. And the last execution was almost 30 years ago. It was Gary Heidnick in 1999.
Yeah, so we talked about that yesterday. I think they need to bring that back, though. With all this stuff that's going on, I think every single state, it should be, and that should be in laws. In fact, I hate that different states got different laws. I wish they would just streamline it and make everybody have this. That way, there's no confusion on none of the laws. You go to one state, there's no confusion on laws in this state. That was like, I hate the age limits and stuff like that in this state, that state. It's bullshit to me. It should all be the same age limit. Like, you know what I'm saying? In every state, the same age limit. Not, if I go here, we can do it in this state, but I can't do it in this state. Right? It's bullshit to me. It really is, man. That they need to fix these laws. That way, everybody have a base understanding of what the law is, what the regulations is in every state, and there is no confusion to what the punishment is. And I think all the punishment should be all the same across all states for every crime, whatever the punishment is. You know what I'm saying, that you're gonna have, that should be the punishment across all states. That way, I think you eliminate all the BS. You know what I mean? Because, like I said before, I just hate it. I hate how the system is. I hate how it switches up everything. In California, you can do this, but you can't do that. You can have this, but you can't have that. In Texas, you can, stand your ground, but in Cali, you can't. Like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? I hate that shit. I think it should be like in every state the same. That way, you don't have. Now we ain't got no questions. The law doesn't come into question, right? So, and the punishment doesn't come into question, and I think that the punishments should fit the exact amount of pain or suffering that you administered on another person. And when you're talking about 5,538 times or charges, like, imagine that. Like, how many years is that? It's only 365 days in a year. So you're talking about multiple times every day for 5 years, something like that. It would have had to be to get that many charges. Because even if you went 365, 3 years is only going to be damn near 1,000 days. So if you times that times 3, he was violating a person multiple times daily. We're going to get back up on this. Salute to everybody that tapped in. Salute to you. You already know what it is, man. And let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on Talk to Me Nice and Sports Tea. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Really, it was great. It's always great to get with you, Ticket. So thanks for having me.
You already know whenever we get together, it's a classic. We be back tomorrow. I'm gonna holler at you, all right?
Alrighty. Have a good one.
You already know what it is.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Hey, we always appreciate the support. And if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch. and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up